Hey guys, welcome to LoveCast, the Boys Love Podcast reviews. And today we'll be reviewing My Engineer, the series. I'm your host Alexa, and with me today is my co-host Pixie.
Hey!
Hello! So today we're going to be doing My Engineer, which is the Thai series that came out last, spring and summer. General synopsis about the show. The main plot focuses on Bohn and Duen. Bohn is an engineer and he has a run-in with Duen, and due to their run-in hatches this plot to kind of get back at him for what happened. Throughout their interactions, their connection to each other starts to grow, and through that connection, the other people within their friendship groups become connected, and some relationships grow out of that as well. And it eventually tells the story of 4 different couples. And all of the episodes are available for free on YouTube. And I believe it's also on WeTV as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it originally aired on VTV for the Thai fans and on YouTube for the international.
So you should be able to access it on YouTube and possibly WeTV if you have you might need a VPN.
Like, both of those are officials, so if you want to support the series, then
either of those are
go
good.
for it.
Yes. So our general spoiler-free thoughts on the show. What do you think, Pixie?
So I'm sort of mixed by the show. Obviously, I have a bias with Perth being in it.
Yeah.
No, I both Perth and King, or Perth and Tailay, are so amazing in this show, and just in general amazing human beings, and it shows off in their chemistry on screen. So let's put it this way, if it was just RamKing show, like they were the main couple, they were like everything, then I would have given this show like a 10 out of 10. But I have some issues with like the other couples.
Yeah.
But I do, like, I read RamKing novel, and it's very, very different from the series. And anyone who's read the novel will understand why, because the novel is very poorly executed.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
Yeah, it's like Perth said that the author was like 16 when she wrote it, so I get it. But yeah, it's very out of character throughout the whole novel. So I think like the changes they did were really great. But I don't like the dynamic of Bohn and Duen. I don't like the type of trope, jealousy trope thing. I
agree.
Hate.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say it because I do like Cooper and Poi, but I feel like they could have benefited from them not being the main couple. I feel like after a certain point, they didn't have much to offer aside from repeating that same jealousy trope over and over again.
Miscommunication and jealousy. Yeah.
And the other couple still had like burgeoning storylines and I think could have used more focus on them after a certain point. And it's one of those things where, like I said, I typically like when couples get together early on, but I feel like this was one of the situations where they didn't, the show didn't really know what to do with them after Bohn and Duen got together, so they kind of just kept doing the same thing over and over, and I think that made them fall flat compared to the other couples in the series.
Yeah. And honestly, like, both Bohn and Duen's like personalities are bad in their own right. Like, they're very different people.
Yeah.
But like the naivety and the jealousy, and it's just
two extremes.
It drives
on a
me.
spectrum.
Yeah, it drives me freaking crazy. And if it wasn't for like the RamKing scenes, I wouldn't probably have finished the show, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's not because of the actors, because the actors are doing great.
Yeah, I agree. I really like the cast, but
Yeah, it's the story.
Yeah.
Like, all the actors are great, like, except, like, I'm sorry, I hate the dub. I hate the dub. It makes, like, I wish I never noticed it. Because after I started noticing,
so much.
It's just I had to, like, I rewatched the show like a month ago, and I had to skip all the Boss and Mek scenes because I couldn't listen to that dub.
It's so unfortunate because I love, like, I said this in, I don't actually, I guess the episode hasn't come out, but in the tropes episode, I talked about how much I love Friends to Lovers. And so their storyline, as it exists, I really enjoyed it. But the dubbing was just, every time I couldn't like look at Ryan's mouth, because whenever I saw that the words weren't matching up and like the voice just didn't fit him, I was just like, it took you out of the moment so much, and it made it so hard, because I did really like some of their scenes. And I liked the dynamic that they had, but the dubbing just really made it so hard to fully enjoy it.
Yes. And In Touch is so pretty to watch.
In Touch is so pretty, and I loved his character.
Yeah. There are problems with the show, but, like, honestly, the whole RamKing plot saved it.
It really did. So, what would be your overall grade of the show on our scale?
I put it at watch if bored. Like, I can't give it a must watch because there's too many problems with the main couple and the dub and all that. And it's sort of like on the range of being meh to watch if bored. But RamKing is pulling it. It's pulling the load.
Yeah.
It's pulling, holy cat. It's, yes. It's doing everything for the show. So yeah, I feel like everyone should watch it when they have the time, but they don't need to put like everything aside.
You have to watch this immediately. Yeah. I feel like I kind of had to, like, I was thinking about this and I was like, how would I rate this show? I feel like I almost had to break it down by couple. Like, obviously RamKing is like the must watch. Like, their storyline, like you said, carried the whole show. And like Mek Boss, I would put them probably at watch if bored, only maybe a little bit lower, only for the dubbing.
Borderline meh.
Yeah. And then Thara Frong, meh, because I feel like they didn't give us too much of them. I think they'll benefit from the second season a lot more, hopefully. And then like Bohn Duen, I'm just like, you shouldn't watch it.
Yeah, do not watch.
It doesn't bring anything to the series for me. But yeah, overall I would probably say it's like a watch if bored as a whole series. But I think it's definitely, you have to break it down by the couples, because RamKing really has a lot to offer.
And it's such an like a unique couple. Like, it's very unique, like, personalities, and just it's not something you see every day. And they really did like the best casting. Like, it was Perth and Tlay are like perfect in those roles.
Oh my gosh, I love their dynamic in the show and outside so much. I just enjoyed, they were delightful to watch.
And I'm not going to start with the tattoos. They're horrendous, but
we'll give them a pass.
Well, if they were real tattoos, they would be good, but they're really bad fake tattoos. You can see really clearly that they're fake. But that's probably just something like me, I notice because I have tattoos myself.
Yeah, no, it's definitely clear from, especially the Dreamcatcher one on the back of his neck. Like, that was just
detailed and shiny.
Like, no ink tattoo, especially if he got it years ago, looks that shiny and that fresh. Like,
yeah, and the detail in it's not possible. Like, it's impossible to get such a detailed tattoo on your neck.
Spot. Yeah. But I mean, they look good, even if they were very, very fake.
Fits the character.
All right, so from here we'll go into our more detailed spoiler-filled review. So if you don't want to see any spoilers or hear any spoilers, now is going to be your time to click out of the episode. And when you do want to hear them, you can find this full episode over on our Patreon.
Yay!
Okay, so more details.
Like, it's hard to, like, pinpoint all the things I hate about Bohn and Duen, but it's just, like, the incessant not talking to each other. And honestly, I've said this before, but, like, Bohn's refusal to trust Duen is really... It's so toxic. Like, he doesn't trust him at all. And I've said, like, if you don't trust your partner like that, then you have, like, issues with yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
And he would, like, turn around after they had another fight over Bohn misinterpreting some random person talking to him, and then he turned around and asked him to move in with him after, like, a month of dating. I was like, what is happening? Like, he was just so back and forth. It was like he loved him so much that he wants to wake up to his face every day and needs him to move in right away. And then the next day he's like, doesn't trust him, won't tell them the truth about what happened with that, I don't even remember what his name is, that guy who tried to kiss him in the forest. And it's just like, what do you want? Because how can you ask someone to move in with you if you don't even trust them to not be flirting with every single person they're speaking with?
Yeah. I think my main issue with Bohn is that he is not very believable as a character because he is flip-flopping so much. And it's just, like, he's supposed to be a playboy. Like, they really, like, put him out to be, like, this major playboy doing all he can for female attention and all that. And suddenly he's giving this man the attention. That's fine. But he's supposed to be a playboy. And he's so insecure. Yeah. And at the same time, he's acting in a relationship as if he's never been in one. Right?
When he's
like he doesn't know how it works.
People.
Yeah. And it's just, it makes no sense because he sort of falls for him right away, dude. And how, I can't explain, I can't get it to make sense in my head how he goes from being like this playboy to this person who can actually just move right in with someone he just like met.
Immediately dedicated 100% to Bohn, like, or Duen. He just like drops everything and is ready to commit his whole life to him.
Yeah, and like Duen is a little more believable because he actually has like a lot of thinking time and actually has to come to terms with the whole part of having a boyfriend. And like he's naive as all hell and can't tell when someone is flirting with him, which is just beyond me, but still. At least there's a character trait there, like he stays consistent throughout the whole thing.
Exactly.
Bohn is all over the place. What?
Yeah, it was just really hard to watch, and because there were scenes where I really wanted to like them and like what they had going on, and then the next scene would just like immediately ruin it. And I'm just like, what's the point of like showing you guys having these conversations about how you won't get jealous anymore and you're not going to trust them, or you'll be sure to trust them, and then you immediately turn around and the next scene is the same trust issues happening over and over again. Like, it just like, I couldn't believe anything that Bohn said because it didn't have any consistency.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating that it's like from episode 1 to the last episode, they're still having the same issues.
There's zero development.
It's the same crap. And I'm just, I feel for the scriptwriters who had to like make this novel make sense, but I think they really missed the point with Bohn and Duen.
And it's like, I'm like, how did the same people write this? Because they got it so right with RamKing. Because like every interaction they had, like, it left me wanting more. They developed their trust well. They found good ways to show how like Ram and King were coming to fall for each other and trust each other, and like the lead up to the kiss in the tent, like they did their storyline so well. And I'm like, how is this the same people that are writing the other pairings in this show? Because like it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't. And obviously, like a major fault with this series is that they had to have Ryan in there.
Yeah.
I recognize that there's a lot of people that liked Ryan in that role, but no matter how you look at it, you can't take in a Chinese guy who can't speak Thai in a Thai series.
It just, if they were going to do that, they should have, I don't know, like done, what was it? Because of You 2020, where everyone was speaking the language that they could speak, but they still understood each other, and it was weird, but like it would have been more watchable to me than watching that dub. If they had just had him speaking Chinese and somehow people understood him, like I would have preferred to see that over the dub that we got.
Yeah, because in Because of You, they don't actually really explain why they're all talking different languages, but everyone understands everyone, and it's fine. Exactly. It doesn't disrupt the storyline. And they didn't have to do that because in Because of You, it doesn't really matter for the plot line if one speaks Korean and one speaks Taiwanese. So it would have given my engineers such better flow if they just went with it. I understand that they had to have him there because the sponsors, it was part of the contract. So just go with it. Don't dub it. Just give it like subtitles or something. It's easy. It would be so much better.
Yeah, it would have made everything a lot easier to watch when it came to Mek Boss. And it's hard because I watched the series for the first time after everything had gone down with Ryan. So like, not that I have, I don't know, I feel like it kind of tainted my viewpoint of him in the series because I know like what went down behind the scenes. So, you know, I mean, I still did, like I said, I really like Friends to Lovers, and I liked a lot of aspects of their stories, but I definitely feel like that tainted it a bit when I was watching it as well.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm excited for season 2.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah, they have a lot of free writing to do for the script because, like, the deeper you get into like the RamKing novel, the more out of character those storylines get.
And like even Perth was saying, like, so some of this stuff is wild. So I'm curious to see how it will be rewritten, and they have to recast Mek as well, so hopefully they'll cast a Thai person this time. That would make things I feel like that would improve their storyline a lot, at least.
Yeah they have like a good start for RamKing with the whole plot that there's a foreigner who is trying to go after King, and they have like a good foundation to start it off, but like Perth also said this, that there's not enough story for RamKing to cover a season.
Yeah, so they'll have to write a lot originally.
Yeah, and RamKing is the most popular one. If you go on MDL and read the comments, it's only like, where can I watch the RamKing cut? So everyone just wants to watch RamKing, so they obviously need to
put a lot into.
Yeah, they need to put them
at the forefront.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they would do with them in a second season. Like, I feel like their storyline, Bohn Duen, is basically complete. I'm sure they'll make up more.
Yeah, but they'll make up more drama, happen, right?
Yep. More of the same.
Dune's dad is military.
Right, so that is gonna be the big problem. I forgot about him.
And he's been bugging him about like going to find a girlfriend and I totally forgot about his dad. He is definitely gonna refuse him to date Bohn, and it's gonna be like this sob fest, and
I guess
it's very predictable. But I think like they're gonna do like a more of a, what do you call it, like spotlight on What's their names?
Thara and Frong.
Yes!
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. I always forget them. I don't know. Yeah. I think because they didn't get established.
Yeah.
They're still in the bro zone.
He got bro zoned at the end of the series.
Yeah, badly too.
Yeah, that was rough to watch. Poor guy. But I'm excited for it. I mean, I really like MD a lot, especially after watching him in Manner of Death too. So
yeah,
I would really be excited to see him take a larger role, and Shane as well was good too. So I'll be excited to see them take a larger role in the second season.
Yeah, like I said, the cast is really good.
Yeah. Just
so
some of the characters
the only way they can fail right now is by making a crappy story.
Yeah. I hope they won't. I mean, they're clearly taking their time with trying to write it, so hopefully that'll benefit them in the long run.
Yeah. Agreed.
That is our review of My Engineer. Be sure to let us know what you guys thought of the series, of the characters, what you're looking forward to in season 2. And let us know if there's any other shows that you want to see us review in the future. It can be things that have been already completed, things that are airing now. Let us know what you want to hear from us and we'll try and do them. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.